Hey, love, this is Valerie Love with a quick message to all my beautiful beings of light who have written me letters and sent emails and Facebook messages that have shared your story of wanting to come out of the broom closet as a witch. Maybe you're in a church. The church doesn't accept you, wouldn't accept your gifts. They know something strange or different about you, and that you have just been having an internal turmoil. I get letter upon letter upon letter of magical folks who are in the church who are having a severe internal conflict because of denying an aspect of self. This is Reverend Valerie Love, and I'll speak to this briefly because this was one of my big obstacles to overcome on this path that we are all on to self-realization, to realizing self with a capital S. And this was it. My Christian was fighting my witch. They were fighting each other. On one hand, there was God, Jesus Christ, the devil. That's of the devil. You're not supposed to see spirits. You're not supposed to have gifts. You're not supposed to have premonitions. You're not supposed to have deja vu. That's of the devil. If you can see spirits, that's of the devil. It was one side. And on the other side was my witch, my magical self that was intrigued by things like psychic phenomena and crop circles. And when I was little, I wanted to watch Samantha on Bewitched. And my mom wouldn't let me, and I didn't understand why. And I wanted to watch I Dream of Jeannie, and I would stand at the mirror doing this all the time because I believed, I knew, I had a soul imprint that I could do the same thing that I Dream of Jeannie was doing. And when I was little, I just loved her whole outfit. I loved everything about her, and I couldn't understand what was going on with that side of me that had all these gifts, could see spirits, could see things, and most of the time didn't say anything about it because it wasn't acceptable to talk about that kind of stuff. So the Christian and the witch, they were fighting each other. They had drawn up a line in the sand. One was on one side, one was on the other, and they were diametrically opposed. Can you understand what I'm talking about? I'm going to have another video where I really read to you some of the stories that I received that would just break your heart open and let the essence of love pour out, because I can just feel and sense and understand the battle, the inner battle. And what does that inner battle cause? It causes us to be inauthentic because we're trying to fit in. This was what caused for me. I was trying to fit in with the Christians. I was trying to fit in with the witches. I didn't know where I belonged, and I was wobbly, and I was out of integrity. That is truly being out of integrity. That's what integrity means, that you are not whole. So, what was part of my path and is part of my path is the integration of all that I love and all that speaks to my soul. And that's what you're here for too. Boo, you ain't here to live according to nobody's religion. Can you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? You are not here to fit into somebody's box of a religion. Read my lips. Look, press the little pause button on this video. Rewind. You are not here to live somebody's religion. You are here to live the truth of your soul. Please get that on a cellular, molecular, loving, self-loving level of being. Get that. I'm not here to fit into anyone's construct of a religion. I'm not here to do what the pastor, the preacher, the teacher, the mama, the daddy, the society, the media said. I'm not here to fit into any of that. I'm here to create a whole new paradigm. I am here to create something that has never been created before from the mind of God. And whatever that looks like is between me and God. That's where we want to come with this. So if you have one side that seems like it's battling the other side, you've got part of you that's steeped in Christianity. That's my specialty, Christian witch. That is my specialty, is the Bible and magic. That's my specialty. That's my love. I love it. It's my passion. eat it up every day. I'm studying the Bible and magic, the Bible and magic, the Bible and magic. It is all one because it's one truth, one God, one life, one breath, one heart, one. There's only one of us here. This one is God. That's why most of the time when we pray, we put our hands like this. Why? Because we're taking two, what appears to be duality in this third dimensional time space continuum, this illusory world we're in, Maya, the dream world, this illusory world, there appears to be two of everything going on. Up and down, hot and cold, hate and love, and this way or that way, or left or right. This is a world of duality. Duality is not of God. That's a mental construct that we become introduced to when we enter the time space continuum. Now we are humans, we are introduced to the idea of duality. Now life becomes this chess match or this tennis match. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And that causes problems. That's where I was. Duality, devil and God, good and bad, wrong and right. God is not two. This morning, I woke up very early and I was doing some studying on Kabbalah, and I came across one of my favorite prayers of all time. And I said it several times, and as I said it, I went to a whole new dimension. I had to even bring myself back. It is the Shema. That is the Hebrew prayer. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Powerful prayer. And many of our Jewish brethren and sisters say it over and over again, several times a day, at specified prayer times during the day. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. And thank you, Yael, my Hebrew, my friend, for teaching me that in Hebrew. I love it. It speaks to my soul. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Not two, not hot, cold, up, down, God, devil. One. Come out of duality, come out of the warring factions within yourself, the conflicting nature, and come into integrity. We do that in hot yoga. That's one of the first things we do. We stand and we lock our folded hands under our chin, and we begin to do our breathing exercises from that space. Okay? So, one. That's why we do this when we pray. We're integrating the human and the spiritual natures of self so that we remember there's one. Some postures in yoga, we do this. One. And when you are able to integrate these aspects of self and stand in your oneness, now you have integrity. Now you can stand. When I was little, I grew up in Harlem, New York City. So in the 60s. I was born in 1961. So there's a lot of interesting phenomena that was happening in Harlem in the 60s and 70s as I was growing up. So one of the things that happened was there was a lot of fires. We were in the hood, and there were a lot of fires. Back then, people used to smoke in bed all the time. I guess that was before people knew that was a hazard. They would just lay in bed, smoke in bed. Next thing you know, it was a fire. The mattress caught on fire, and the whole house was on fire. The fire department would come. When the fire department came, they would take all the furniture, throw it out the window. Now, I didn't know why they did that. I still don't know why they did that. I know there must be a very good reason for firefighters to do that. Much love to the firefighters in Harlem and all over the world. I love you, firefighters. But I guess that must be some great firefighting technique. I have no knowledge of that. So they throw all the furniture out the window. Once they throw all the furniture out the window, they put out the fire. And then once they put out the fire, if the building was bad enough, depending on how far the fire went, there would be a condemned sign on the building. Why? Because this building has now lost its integrity. It has lost its ability to stand and house people. And now this building could fall apart at any minute. Now, does that sound like what could be your life? If you have these parts of yourself that are operating independently, you're out of integrity, and that means that you could fall apart at any minute. That's how I was. I could fall apart at any minute. Somebody say something to me and they don't like the fact that I am a Christian witch. They don't like that. Who cares? It's not for them to like it. It's what I am and how my soul chooses to express on this planet, right? You get it or you don't get it, like it or you don't like it. I'm gonna love you either way, boo. So you no longer fall apart at everything because you are in your integrity. That's inner strength, inner authority. There is a foundation of truth. And your foundation comes from this: God created you as you are. No excuses. You don't have to convince anybody that what you're doing is good. You don't have to convince anybody of anything, boo. All you get to do is do you. I love you. Mwah! Valerie Love. Visit me online at valerielove.com. And love your life. Just love your life.